Stalingrad is a 1993 German film directed by Joseph Vilsmeyer. It follows a platoon of German army soldiers transferred to the Eastern Front of World War II, where they find themselves fighting in the Battle of Stalingrad. Plot: in August 1942, German soldiers enjoy leave in Cervo, Liguria, Italy, after fighting at the First Battle of El Alamein, where Unteroffizier Manfred Rollo Rohleder, played by Jochen Nickel, and Obergefreiter Fritz Reiser, played by Dominique Horwitz, are introduced to Lieutenant Hans von Witzland, played by Thomas Kretschmann, their new platoon commander. Their unit is promptly sent to the Eastern Front to fight in the Battle of Stalingrad. Witzland's platoon joins a company commanded by Hauptmann Hermann Musk, played by Karel Hermannek. Musk leads an assault on a factory, which results in heavy casualties. Later, Witzland requests a ceasefire with the Soviets so both sides can collect their wounded, which they agree to. Midway through, HGM Miller, played by Oliver Brumus, breaks the ceasefire, and in the ensuing chaos, a Russian boy ends up with the Germans. Witzland angrily assaults Miller. The Russian child introduces himself as Kolya, played by Pavel Mong. Witzland's platoon is surrounded in a decrepit building. During a Soviet attack, Witzland, Reiser, Rollo, Emickholz, played by Heinz Emickholz, and G.G. Miller, played by Sebastian Rudolph, go down to secure the sewers, during which time Kolya runs away. Witzland gets separated from the others and captures a female soldier named Irina, played by Dana Vavrova. She offers to lead him to safety, but instead pushes him into the water and escapes. Emickholz is severely wounded by an explosive trap, his right leg hastily amputated by the men. They take him to a crowded aid station where they grab a doctor's assistant at gunpoint to treat Emickholz, despite the medic's insistence that he is not a doctor. The assistant quickly injects Emickholz, who dies very soon. The men are then arrested by Hauptmann Haller, played by Dieter Okras, who has previously clashed with Witzland regarding the treatment of Soviet prisoners. They are punished by being assigned to a penal battalion, disarming landmines. 4 weeks later, a brutal winter has set in, and the Soviets have surrounded the German Sixth Army. Hauptmann Musk reassigns the penal battalion, which includes disgraced fellow officer Otto, to combat duty after the men threaten to mutiny unless their crimes are pardoned. Witzland's platoon repels a Soviet tank column after a bloody battle. Hauptmann Haller later orders von Witzland and his men to execute a group of unarmed civilians accused of sabotage, including Kolya. Fritz and Witzland protest, but ultimately Fritz has to obey orders and shoots Kolya. The killing of Kolya has a profound effect on the already demoralized soldiers. Witzland, Gigi, and Reiser decide to desert. They head to Potomnik Airfield in hopes of catching a plane back to Germany, stealing medical tags from some dead bodies along the way to feign being wounded. The last transport plane is about to leave as they arrive, but only officers are allowed aboard. Fritz asks why Hans, an officer, did not try to board, to no response. They rejoin the others in the shelter, where they find Musk suffering from severe trench foot. While the men recover a German supply drop, Haller appears and holds them at gunpoint, but is quickly subdued. He accidentally shoots GG as he falls, killing him. Haller pleads for his life, first trying to use his authority, then telling them about the supplies he is hoarding in a nearby house, before being executed by Otto. In the house's cellar, they find shelves stocked full of food and liquor, and Irina tied to a bed. Witzland cuts her free. She tries to provoke Witzland into killing her, but he refuses, instead giving her a pistol and telling her to do it herself. She cannot do it. As the rest of the men enjoy the luxuries, a deluded and dying Musk tries to rally them to rejoin the fighting. Otto becomes hysterical and shoots himself in the head. Rollo carries Musk outside. only to find the Sixth Army surrendering to the Soviets. Musk succumbs to the elements upon Rollo being instructed to surrender. Irina offers to help Witsland and Reiser get away, but while trudging through a heavy snowstorm, they are shot at by Russian soldiers. Irina is killed instantly, and Witsland is shot. Wounded and overwhelmed with grief, he eventually becomes too weak to walk, dying in Reiser's arms. Reiser cradles his body and freezes to death. About the film, Stalingrad, 1993, is directed by Josef Vilsmeier and produced by Hanno Huth. The screenplay was written by Johannes Haide and Jürgen Büscher. The movie is based on the novel Stalingrad by Theodore Plevrier, which offers a vivid account of the battle. The cast includes Dominique Horwitz, Thomas Kretschmann, Jochen Nickel, and Sebastian Rudolph portraying German soldiers facing the grim challenges of war in the Russian winter. The film Stalingrad, 1993, was predominantly shot on location in Finland and was a joint production between Germany and Russia. Also, some scenes were shot in Italy and Czechoslovakia. The realistic sets and landscapes helped recreate the grim and freezing conditions of the Battle of Stalingrad. The musical score for Stalingrad was composed by Norbert Jürgen Schneider. The soundtrack features haunting and emotive compositions that complement the film's intense and somber atmosphere. Stalingrad was released in Germany on January 21, 1993. In today's currency, the production budget for the film was approximately $10 million. Critical reception for Stalingrad was generally positive, with praise for its realistic portrayal of war and the emotional depth of its characters. The film was lauded for its gripping storytelling and powerful performances. The legacy of Stalingrad lies in its status as one of the definitive cinematic portrayals of the Battle of Stalingrad. It remains a notable entry in the genre of war films, known for its authenticity and emotional impact. 10 interesting facts about Stalingrad 1993 movie. 1. The movie was filmed on location in Finland, capturing the freezing and harsh conditions reminiscent of the Battle of Stalingrad. 2. Stalingrad was one of the most expensive German films of its time, with an extensive budget dedicated to creating authentic sets and battle sequences. 3. The film was a joint production between Germany and Russia, reflecting historical ties between the two countries. 4. Stalingrad received critical acclaim for its gritty portrayal of war and the emotional depth of its characters, earning several awards and nominations. 5. The movie draws inspiration from real accounts of the Battle of Stalingrad, offering a compelling and historically accurate depiction of the devastating conflict. 6. The film is intended as an anti-war film, to tell about the absurdity and horrors of war, to tell about unfortunate human destinies beyond ideologies. 7. The 336 Pionnier Bataillon was a historical unit that also fought in Stalingrad in the 336 Infanterie Division. The battalion arrived at Stalingrad on the 8th of November 1942. The division was disbanded in 1944. 8. The film achieved success beyond Germany, garnering attention worldwide and contributing to discussions about the impact of war on humanity. 9. Stalingrad remains a landmark film that continues to be studied and appreciated for its cinematic achievements and portrayal of a pivotal moment in history. 10. In 1993, the film won Bavarian Film Awards for Best Cinematography, Best Editing, and Best Production.